me introduce you to Usha Ganguli, one of the theatre personalities of our country. She is an expert in the area of group theatre for the last 40 years. Group theatre, as we all know, is vibrant, especially in West Bengal and Maharashtra. We all may be busy with our careers throughout the day, but in the evening, we want to participate in every aspect of the group theatre. It could be acting on the stage, it could be work behind the stage, it could lead to sound, it could lead to lighting. So every aspect of the group theatre is being experienced by all the participants over there. Rangkarmi has performed since 1976, and Usha Ganguli, as the director, has 36 plays in her credit at both international and national platforms. She had travelled to USA, Germany, Southeast Asia and countries and have won numerous awards, including the Sahitya Academy and Sangeet Natak Academy awards. She had given Hindi theatre a new face in Calcutta especially, and she has inspired young students to Shantiniketan as well as in the various NGOs she has worked with. Although she has started her journey as a lecturer in Hindi at Bhawanipur Educational Society, her first love was theatre, and she has been devoted to theatre ever since. All her plays deal with social problems. Since all her plays deal with social problems, and especially the plays that I have seen, I would request her to tell me first how she got inspired into connecting the plays with the social problems in our country.
It's quite a difficult question for me because I must start thinking, looking back, why I was in theatre. I never thought that I'll be doing theatre. I was a Bharatanatyam dancer since my childhood and wanted to become teacher in future. And when I was in final year of MA, my head of the department said, nobody will get first class. I reacted like anything and I thought, no, I must get first class. I left dancing at that moment, and for 2 years I was in library and preparing for my final examination. I didn't get first class. I was second class first. I left theatre, started teaching. When I was teaching, somebody was searching for Vasant Sena, a theatre group. 1970, month of October, I joined theatre. I was very nervous in the beginning because there was no training. This medium was not for me. But slowly, I became theatre worker, theatre actor, organizer, translator, and kind of total theatre lover. So my journey, whole theatre journey is like that. I'm a true lover of this medium. Still at this age, after 40 years, I want to know more and more about this medium. Such a vibrant, such a social, such a collective medium, which is very difficult. To get it because, working in a team, in a union, in Sangha is the most difficult work to perform. If you are alone, you can do a lot of things. But if you are in a group, union, most difficult. You need discipline, you need commitment, you need involvement, and you must know this medium. So the journey, my theatre journey started like that.
And which was your first play?
My first play was Mitti Ki Gaadi. But the group was quite difficult to deal with because there was no discipline. People used to come at 7 o'clock. They used to take singharas. They used to wait for others. And I, from a dance medium, I as a dancer had a very disciplined life when I was a dancer. So for me it was very difficult to take. The whole atmosphere was very amateurish. But I did many plays there. I did Jasmaud and Andhere Ka Suraj, Ek Aur Dronacharya. In a sense, there was no director there. They used to say, do whatever you like. So it was difficult for me those 3, 4, 5 years. In between, I was watching Bengali theatre. I saw Utpal Datta's Manusher Adhikar. I met K.R. Chakravarti. I was watching whole of this group theatres, Ajitesh Bandyopadhyay, Shambhu Mitra, Utpal Datta, their theatre.
So they inspired you?
They inspired me like anything, and they opened a new door for me. And in '76, we started our Rangkarmi theatre group, and that's again a history how we started. Should I tell you?
Yeah, of course.
It was very interesting, you know. We were very young at that time. I was teaching in a college, and we thought that no, this Kala Mandir big auditorium is not for us. We should move towards a smaller area. We moved towards an auditorium which was in Shialda station near, and that was Netaji Manch. And then we started discussion about us. For 1 year, the discussion was there. Hundreds of younger people were there for this discussion. How we start our journey, what will be our language, how we are going to work. And still this Anjan, those who are in films, you see, Anjan and others, they were there. And after 1 year, there were 20 people out of 100 to start the theatre group. And we started with 3 short plays. One was Chekhov's Marriage Proposal, which was directed by me. Another was Bhartendu's Andher Nagri Chapat Raja, directed by a Maithili director. And another play, a farce, Prastav, by Atmanand. So our journey in '76 started with these 3 short plays, one Hindi, one Marathi, other regional language, and one Chekhov, that's from world's greatest playwright, story writer, and literary personality. So since the beginning we were very open, and the first thing we thought that we'll do good theatre, and we'll do our theatre for masses, not for a particular section. Not for a, because when I was doing these plays, when I was performing as a Vasant Sena or Yashodhara or Jasma, there were 100 or 200, sometimes 500 people in Kala Mandir air-conditioned hall taking popcorn and watching plays. And that was not theatre which I wanted to become part of. So the journey started in a new way, reaching to the audience, lower class, middle class, upper class, any wider section. We wanted to, the first thing was that to create a kind of questioning among them, create awareness among them, and doing good theatre. What was this good theatre? We still ask ourselves, what is this good theatre which disturbs you, which questions you, which creates a kind of passion within you, and which makes you a perfect person, because this is the most vibrant.
And why did you choose Hindi and not any other language?
Because there was no Hindi theatre at that time. The theatre, 2 groups were there, Anamika and Adakar, and they were doing theatre for their members, and it was not a professional area for them. And the Hindi, which we thought should be a language of masses, general people, and a lot of people said, my goodness, you join Bengali theatre, you become star in Bengali theatre, you'll be able to interact with people. I said, no, I don't want to become star. I want to become worker. For 1 year, we thought that a Rangkarmi is a theatre worker. I always wanted to become theatre worker. And still I'm theatre worker. I love theatre. I work for theatre. And a way, I think, after 40 years or after this long journey, as a kind of activist, I have become which is more into work, which is more into awareness, which is more into connecting people with our theatre. That's there.
Another thing that surprises me is the way you do it solo mono acting from one end of the continuum, and a stage full of 35 or 40 people. A lot of teamwork is there in your theatre, especially in Kashinama, in Rudali. So can you talk about how you can manage so many people on the stage, especially in those famous plays, Chandalika, Kashinama, Rudali, etc.?
Well, Julu, I must clarify that our whole journey of Rangkarmi is almost divided into 3 parts, as we discussed. Because the first part, directors were invited from outside. I had no courage to direct. There was no training for me, not as an actor or director or as a technician. I was not trained. So I used to invite people from outside. We invited a great actor and director, Tripti Mitra, who directed Doll's House for us, Rudraprasad Sengupta, who did Parichay for us, and M.K. Rana from Delhi, he directed Mother, Gorky's Mother for us, and Sharad said Jati Pucho Sadhuki. First, when we started our journey, I directed a small play by Shekhar. That's all. But I had really no courage to direct plays because I was not trained, I was slightly nervous. But suddenly, after these 4, 5 plays, people were started coaxing me, the critics, the general people, my audience, my own group people. They said, ma'am, now you should start direction. I said, no, it's not my cup of tea. I won't be able to direct. And suddenly in 1984, I got a script, a play, Mahabhoj, written by Amal Alana and Manu Bhandari. And I still remember that afternoon, I was with that script, sitting with Joy Sen, Tapo Sen's son, and reading the script, and I was so excited with the script, and then images, and then the whole stage, and then whole my imagination, my touch with people. I started my direction in 1984 with Mahabhoj, which had 50 people in that production. My first play and 50 people, and that was kind of a very political play, whole India's political journey. You could see village, you could see cities, you could see politicians, and my goodness, it was a successful play, and then the journey started. Second play was after 1 year gap. It was a Lok Katha, Ratnakar Bhatkari's play. Then after Lok Katha, it was a holy students' violence. I was teaching in meantime when I was teaching, I was watching my students. I had a great connection with them. And then when I saw this whole scenario in my college, in my students and their violence, I picked up this play by Maheshwar Kunchwar, and my goodness, what a play! What a play. Again, 45 people working with this play. So, journey from Mahabhoj to Lok Katha. Lok Katha was a different kind of form which emerged from the whole play. It was all human bodies, no sets. Human bodies were created on stage. They created house, they created everything, and there was no sets. And I was kind of moving towards a new experimentation. And every time, for me, the form was not so important. I used to go for more powerful text. So, Mahabhoj, then Lok Katha and Holi, 3 different kind of social issues dealt with 3 different forms, and every time the form was emerging from the text with my actors in the journey. When I used to explore, I used to rehearse, and I think still at this moment, I think for me the process is more important. Making of plays, making of these plays, and the process of this direction is more exciting for me than the final performance. After these 3 plays, there was no moment. The second phase was Rudali, Court Martial, many plays, Mother Courage and many plays. And after that, in the second phase, Rudali and Court Martial, these are the two plays, they gave a real strong footage to our theatre group. I mean, we travel like in anything, and with film Rudali and theatre Rudali still we are performing. The film is not there, and still the Rudali, craze for Rudali or Court Martial is there, and still we are performing these plays. But you know, as a creative person, as a conscious person, as a some way political person, not like the political parties, but I was always conscious about my own people of country. I was conscious about the Dalits, I was conscious about the system, about women, children, old people and the whole scenario of country. So always I used to question. We used to fight when we used to select our plays in a group.
Yeah, as a director, you had this role of making people aware.
Aware,
Yeah.
not alone, with my whole group.
Whole group.
And you know, sometimes now the plays were not there. My crisis was there that there was no written plays for us. We started recreating the stories from literature, then to the written text. I was always very excited with the writing of a play, rewriting of play, creating a play from literature then to a written text.
How was the experience of working with M.K. Raina?
Well, it was a great, in the beginning, in the first phase of a journey, when we used to rehearse in the roofs of big houses, multi-story buildings and houses and roofs, there was no space for us. Bringing M.K. Raina from Delhi and doing Mother, and what I said, thinking director he is. And he created a kind of a group energy within the group. That was a great contribution of M.K. Raina. This group sense became more powerful with his handling of the group, his creativity and presenting the play Mother. And that was a great contribution of M.K. Raina, and also Tripti Mitra in a performance level. Tripti Mitra, when she was there in our group, a great actor. She must have directed some plays in Bahurupi. When she was with us, very humble director, and the details of my performance and acting has come from, it's her contribution.
Which role did you enjoy most, learning from those directors, or your own role as a director or an actor?
I was in search of my own identity as a director, because you know, when I started there in my plays, I always thought that the space is more important. Any space, and the space without box sets. I use many plays, my many plays are without sets. They are with few props, and power of actors is there. As a dancer, my whole dancing experience was helping me. My imageries, my blockings, they used to create, somebody told me, it's like sometimes painting on stage. Somebody, Chidanand Dasgupta, said that you have cinema in your theatre. I still remember his one line, that you have cinema in theatre. Gautam Ghosh said that you edit like film director. So when I hear this, I've never seen my own work. It's very difficult to see, even if you are performing. So these are the things when we get from the other people.
The feedback you get here.
So I get what are my plays. But I use a power of actor on stage. I use whole space. I use physical body, but not in a kind of a circus, but in a very proper way. Use body, movement, dance, rhythm, music. I compose my own music. I do my own set designs. I train my actors. I take from actors. I give them. It's a giving and taking. This is the process. I learn a lot from my actors.
And what is the third phase you were talking about?
Third phase, you know, we theatre wallas, we believe in moving ahead. You know, after this great plays, Mahabhoj, Lokkatha, Holi, Rudali, Court Martial, once I sat with my actors, I said, listen, these are the plays only for the middle class, teachers, students, engineers, doctors, big cities. What about the common people? We thought that we will connect ourselves with the common people. Where is that idea has gone? I said, are you ready to go for more action? They said, yes. Are you ready to go for more plays, simple plays, before common people, direct interaction, not like the street theatre, different than street theatre? They said, yes. Then we started. I tell you once, I myself don't believe, at one time, Rudali, Court Martial, we used to do 20 shows, 25, 26 shows in a month. Nobody will believe. And our group became more than 200. We have 90 women working for us. So this whole group, but even then we were not happy and satisfied. We wanted to connect with the real common people. I started with Girgit, Chekhov's Girgit, and then Mata Din Chanpar, Mayat, Beti Ai, Khelagari. This was the third phase with common people, sometimes with common. We have a Zohra Bai who has her own story. She was a woman exploited like anything from her whole society. She was thrown out of her husband's family. She adopted a daughter who was also thrown from her family, and with 2 children she started selling toys with her cart. We did one play, Khelagari, with Zora Sehgal in main lead. People said, Mrs. Ganguli, what you are doing, this is not done in theatre. I said, no, this is done in theatre. We must involve them. She is a person powerful like Mother Courage. She is an Indian Mother Courage, so we should bring her into theatre. And like a Mayat, yesterday we performed Mayat here in Hyderabad, one of my very favorite plays, based on a dome, Dalits who want to become Brahmin for one day, this ritual. Then the third phase was for a kind of street plays, moving towards schools, colleges, university, chatta, and then garage. Well, I mean, that one should write a book on Rangkarmi's use of space. Sometimes my new actors, they even don't know what kind of space we have used. Once I was in Gaushala and I performed request concert there, where you put cows and everything. What you say?
In shed, yeah.
So it's like chatta, garage, schools, community halls. But Rangkarmi all over India, outside India, have performed in different spaces, and that power came from the third phase of Rangkarmi's active role in bringing common people nearer to theatre and interacting directly with them, talking to them after shows. So that was the third phase.
And what is your dream project now? You said that you have been invited by Vishwabharati Shantiniketan to set up a center there. So what are your plans?
Before that, I want to add one thing more, that after third phase, we thought that the children should get training also. We started children's theatre, Samanvay, Rangoli, training them, and 4 times we arranged a kind of national conference for women from all fronts, from political, from social NGOs, actors, cinema actors, all women, literary personalities were in some way, they were together and sharing their own agony with each other. We have done 4 Samanvay national conferences from Rangkarmi, where women from all fields were there. And in the evening, we used to have performances by great actresses from all over India. And daytime, we used to have a kind of just touching your hand and saying, ma'am, I'm with you. So this kind of sharing, talking to each other was a great experience for us. Surajbai Khande from Bilaspur, somebody from Manipur, or somebody from Karnataka, or somebody from Kerala. All these women from creative world to literary world, they used to come, talk to each other and perform in the evening. Those were creative. And that after this, when you talk about dream project, you know, we were like a yayavar, those who travel from one place to another place without any place. We never had our own space. We were in corporation schools, degree schools, thrown out from them. Today, there's a marriage ceremony, you can't do your rehearsal. We were thrown in the evening and we used to sit in roads waiting for when we'll have rehearsals. Last 33 years were like this. And we've grown from schools, colleges, campuses, and after 33 years, we were always searching our own space. 3 years back, we got our own space, a 3,000 square feet big hall near Prince and Masha Road. It's a big hall, not only for rehearsal. In between, I was visiting other countries. Was there theatre, experimentation? I was in London and saw studio theatre. In a smaller place like this, they perform. And then this was a dream, last dream, to create a studio proper theatre and perform without any amenities. No thousands advertisements expenditure, just one small place and 100 audience and performing before them. This is my studio theatre, and there's no, in the whole Calcutta, there's no studio in the name of women actor. So we have already inaugurated this with great Vinodini Dasi and Kea Chakravarti. This is Vinodini Kea Mancho. We have done many performances there, and formally from 2013 we'll start regular performances. Twice we'll perform there, and that's our dream. We are waiting for 6 months. Well, Vishwabharati invitation is there. Again there I want to revive theatre group, go for a new action plan. That's all. I'm really happy that I joined theatre. Otherwise I would have been a different person. Theatre has given me a lot.